Welcome back, everybody, to the Anti-Stall Racing IMSA series. We missed a couple of rounds, unfortunately, on the broadcast side, and we've got some graphics issues on the screen. But we're back for round 6 at the Nürburgring, and they are not going to go away. Quinten Verdonk getting ready to start from pole position. Can the Ferrari behind of Samira Shadow, Davy van der Backer challenge? The good jump for Verdonk, though, at first, but is that going to give too much of a toe behind? And it's a good start for van der Backer, who goes defensive against the Shadow. And into turn 1, we're nice and spread out. The leader, though, he's going to get a BMW down the inside because those Ferrari brakes are not good at the start. But can Dave van der Backer hold it? Because it's a cut back to the grippy part of the track for Quinten Verdonk. But no, he's lost the lead.
Oh, reef sideways in the back. Oh, contact takes out Tail Emery as well. Unfortunate stuff.
Investigation already. Our GT3s are getting ready to go. So let's cut to that healthy GT3 field that we've got here today. And, the BMW pops out of line there, and I'm not quite sure what happened. Matthäus Weiter is going to lead us, and everyone gets away okay. Let's see what happens in turn 1, though, because this is a lot of cars heading into turn 1 at high speed. And we've got the Jens Brothers competition car down the inside, and there's contact there already between Albert Preem and Callum Lux. And Albert Preem's gone wide because of it. And Callum Lux is going to get up into P3.
I think they all made it through okay, just about.
James Robinson in the background there, coming out of pit lane.
I think the GT3s have just about got away with it. Simone Bertoloni is alongside Luke Cardi, a bit further back. Servatoni will get
the Drakeem racing cars sticking their nose in there as well. Brody Maynard struggling. He's fallen back a little bit from the leaders out front.
I think the GT3s have managed to make it through the first few corners unscathed. Dive from Vincent van der Mulbrook, gets alongside a little bit argy-bargy through the corner.
Take a look at what happened to Jack Reeve, yeah. So we've got the turn 1 going on with the leaders ahead, then the orange DLR Ferrari locks up as well, but that doesn't end up too bad for anybody. And I think Brody lost a little bit of time. It was just a cold tyre spin for Reeve that was very unfortunate, and looks like Lemery's got away with it fairly damage-free, and that's been called as a racing incident already, so I'm going to go back to live images. And we're tight in GT3 still. Down the back straight, it's going to get interesting into the chicane. The Jens Brothers car dives out of this to not get too involved into it. We're side by side, the Porsche up the inside of the Audi, and there's going to be contact shortly. No, but McLaren is going to try and sweep around the outside and find a way through the final corner, carry a little bit more speed around the outside, and he's going to try and get the Porsche as well here.
Oh, he's there, you can't.
And he's off the track, and there's more contact behind as well. As does Vincent van der Mulbrook just ahead. He's going to go down the inside here in the first sector, and he's going to clear the Porsche and now try and drive away in that McLaren. Vincent van der Mulbrook has just passed Quinten Bosi. He's going to go round the outside. That's going to be mega impressive. Going to make it stick. Bossy gives him the room. We'd love to see. Knuckle recently passed Luca Picardi as well into turn 1 on the brakes in the McLaren. Is going to be brave to clear the AM driver.
Like Knuckles' race pace is a lot better than the qualifying pace. That car's been moving forwards consistently.
This is what happened to Albert Preem, who was passed by Kiko Lakaye. All the off-track showed up. Ah, no, he's spun. Oh, and gets into the wall.
Yeah. Not what you want to see.
And the Mulbrook has past Anthony Caranta, and it's going to be down the inside into turn 1 on the brakes. Trying to make his way back up the field.
It's nice to switch back as well, make sure to close off that inside on corner exit as well. Just a really good move there.
All 3 of our GT3s are... Oh no, they're not. Daniel Morphy stays out for 1 more lap. What can he do on low fuel for a lap? Is he going to go for an overcut here? Oh, and it's away well for Callum Lux. Not enough to gain. But this is going to be interesting. Can Callum Lux use this lap to close up to Matthäus Weiter, which could mean that Daniel Morphy is going to end up either first or third. And Morphy into the pit lane then, so we're going to keep an eye on these two. Morphy car or P1, you can see him driving down the pit lane now on the mini-map, has now come to a stop. The gap to
Looks all
Matthias
at
is
the back
going
of
to
White.
matter.
Whiten's coming down the start finish. Morpy is moving, I believe.
Morpy's out ahead. It's ahead for Morpy. Morpy's going to take the lead. Can he keep it with the slow speed on the exit? Morpy overcuts on the low fuel for one more lap to take the lead of the race with 15 minutes to go.
Whiten tried to make the dive happen, couldn't quite get it to stick, and now stuck behind the Mercedes driver. And now the tables have turned. The car that was in lead of this race now becomes the chaser. And while that car looked good in clean air, it might not behave the same now you're staring down the back of a different car. Obviously, you need to be aware that that car's probably have different brake markers to you. It's going to handle a little bit differently, and it's also going to upset your aero balance. And while this is happening, obviously, Callum looks in that McLaren a little bit further back now, but certainly not out of this race yet. It's still a 3-car shootout for the lead of this race. Morpy couldn't find a way past Byton, but I don't know. I think Morpy has the straight line speed, actually. I think that Mercedes, excuse me, is pulling away.
It's going to be down the inside. He's going to have a look. Matthias
That's not going to
Weidsen.
work. No.
Oh, he gets into the back of him and has to back off a little bit. Race control will be keeping an eye on this because that was a long way to come back from and nearly got into the back of his rivals. Lemray gone for a spin behind.
Just about avoids ending up into the front of Callum Lux, but that's not going to be a pretty sight. I'm just scared that he's just going to spin Morpy. Like that's the way he's going to try and win this race.
Oh, he's going to try and get down the inside again.
No, that's never working. What are we doing here? I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed.
It would not be an ASI IMSA race without Alice getting annoyed. The driving standards of one person or another. And this has allowed Callum Lux to close up even more as well. Ready to pick up the pieces.
Like, he's just showing the nose. And it's just like, I'm just terrified there's just going to be a big collision, and that's how this race is going to conclude.
Well, it was 15 minutes to go when they came out the pits. It's 10 minutes to go now. He's survived a third of what he needs to.
And Mercedes should pull away a little bit here. It's been very good on the front stretch.
Seems good under acceleration, and then the Mustang seems to come back a little bit through the second phase, and he gets into the back of him.
I'm mad.
Callum Lux is going to try and make an opportunity out of this.
And if history has told us anything, it's that there's going to be a bit of argy-bargy over the apex of turn 1.
That's a better exit.
It does look a lot close this time, yes.
Better exit for Byton this time, and he's closing a lot earlier down the straight. Not as close, though. Can he make a move into turn 1? Morpy knows it's going to come, and he goes defensive to the inside.
If he gets it checked up.
Oh, and they're going to be side by side.
But that's fine. Morpy gets it clear by the corner exit, and at that point you have complete control over this corner. You just completely block off the exit for White.
Oh, Lux gets a little bit loose trying to get on the power.
It has forced Morpy to go defensive, but you've still got White behind, and coming through this next section where Morpy's usually been able to build a little bit of a buffer, that might just be fine for Morpy.
He likes to have a look down the inside at the end of the second sector. But Daniel Morpy's stretched out that lead a little bit this lap. Oh, but he gets onto the grass. And that's going to erode all of the time he'd made up. And that might give a good exit here to Matthias Weidsen.
No, I think Morpy got... He might have checked up the entrance, but it means he gets a very strong exit. Did lose a little bit of time, but still, that's a bigger gap than it was previous in the few laps. So White has no chance of making this move. And yet here we go anyway.
And there's contact. There's contact again between the two race leaders.
Okay.
Not enough for a 1x or a 2x, but there was definitely contact there.
Like, at some point, White has to realise this isn't going to work. You aren't going to spook Morpy like this. All you're doing is risking horrific damage to one or both of the cars. So here we go then.
Byton would be best to try something a little bit different in the final corner to try and get a little more straight line speed, but he's close to this lap.
I'm worried now, based on the way they've been driving. I have a feeling, if he's this close, I have a feeling we might just see punt to pass. There it is.
And there was contact.
Not to pass though. Like, it's well covered from Orpy. Like, but like, where do you think you're going? Like, you can't just throw the car down the inside and hope for the best.
Gonna be one more to go after this lap, I think.
Back it in my front!
Interesting voice communication.
There's an
This should be the last lap
instant
for these drivers.
Shut up, man.
Instant between the Sanford and Lakaye is under investigation. We're going to have a look at that when it comes down to it. He's going to go to the outside. Oh, and he gets into the back of him again at the apex. Just like contact again.
Keep happening.
I think this will be the white flag lap. I think so. That was the last opportunity.
They crossed at 0-0, so it has to be the last lap.
Callum Lux has settled for third here with the unfortunate losses in the traffic, and Lighton is got damage on the front end of that Mustang now.
Not surprising, given the amount of contact. Certainly, it's something that knows is going to give. That is lap car Quentin Bosey in front.
Yeah.
Who should?
Oh, he's going to try down the inside, and he's alongside, and there's going to be contact here. Surely pushes the Mercedes off the road a little bit. He's going to try and get back down the inside, and is back down the inside, and will clear him on the exit. But the lapped car off in the gravel a little bit there. Flashes his lights. What are you doing? Get out of the way! In the hypercar to avoid hitting the BMW. Goes off the road. Is back on the track a little bit there, and he's trying to clear it all out in the braking zone. Dave Van der Backer wins ahead of Quinton Vidal Samira Shah.
Oh, the contact behind!
Race lead. Contact behind, and as a lapped car gets caught up behind Callum Lux, but Daniel Morphy is going to win this race as Matthias Weissing gets a little bit loose trying to nail the exit. Daniel Morphy will win the race in GT3 Pro ahead of Callum Lux in P3, but Matthias Weissing will take P2 with that damaged Mustang bumper. After all of those little bits of contact, Matteo Lemre picks up a 35-second time penalty for an unserved black flag that he will have picked up from that incident on the last lap. When he realised that BMW was coming across, he chose to go off track. So Matteo choosing to do seemingly the right thing there. Let's take a look at all of that on the last lap. Let's go back even further, actually, to take a look at the first bit of the pass. And actually, we can't go back any further. But that is Matteo Lemre. Let's take one more look at it. Matteo Lemre trying to avoid. In fact, let's just enjoy that whole last lap again. The Mercedes Viton was off in sector 1. Just couldn't find a way by here. Look, you can see the damage on the bumper here. He has definitely picked up some damage.
It's like, I will say, I don't like the move from Viton. I think if Morphy was so inclined, I feel like he would have been within his rights to close the door. I just think Morphy thought, no, he's going to wreck me if I try and come down here. I'm going to give him the space and take the inside for the next corner, which does work out perfectly. We'll see it coming through here. He is a lot closer than he has been the previous 3 laps, and it is a bit of a desperation move from White. He has been quite strong on the brakes.
This car has probably put Morphy off a little bit as well, because it's the closing speed that they've got to Quinton Bosey ahead.
Okay, this is actually quite close. Like, it's a late move down the inside. Just about gets given the room, but then just can't.
So it's going to be difficult to hang it around the outside there, yeah. And then you can see Matteo Lemre coming up behind the back, and he thinks there's a gap. He sees a BMW come across, and he thinks, I am not getting involved in the battle for the lead in today's race. Takes to the grass.
I don't think Morphy saw him coming, and that.
Yeah. I think that is what happened. I think Morphy was too focused on Viton, understandably, in the lapped car in front. Morphy will win.
What happened in behind then?
Yeah, what did happen behind? We find Callum Lux.
Callum Lux, who finished 5th at the end of this race on my timing sheet, which is, quite frankly, the most ridiculous thing about that, because Callum Lux drove like
this is Quinton Bosey.
Really good race.
So Callum Lux caught out by the slow hypercar, and then Quinton Bosey slow ahead. But then Callum Lux... Callum Lux showing P3 for me, but then P5 on my race control timing screen. Did Callum pick up
fantastic.
Callum picked up a drive-through penalty, I think. Yeah, picked up a black flag from the off track in the chicane, and that's what's dropped him down to P5.
I am genuinely heartbroken.
From Callum Lux's perspective.
Okay, no, he did. Okay, Callum Lux comes in way too hot through that corner. Like the fuel's
Well,
obviously stacking up a little bit
I
there,
think
but-
Matteo was going a lot slower than he expected, but yes, all the speed to be carrying in, especially on the final lap.
No, Callum, I respect it.
Okay, let's take a look at our race results. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you next week.